Welcome to a new edition of Resilience Talks, the show where we bring you fresh perspectives on resilience from the most relevant voices in government, diplomacy, business, academia, and journalism. I'm your host, Carla Popescu, and today we are delighted to talk to His Excellency, Mr. Kap-soo, the Ambassador of the Republic of Korea to Bucharest. His Excellency is a true friend of Romania, and he has worked hard to give substance to the strategic relationship between our two countries. Your Excellency, you have always kindly accepted the invitation of the Euro-Atlantic Resilience Center, and we thank you for your continuing generosity in agreeing to appear on our show, and moreover, for hosting us today at the Embassy. At the Euro-Atlantic Resilience Center, we believe that resilience is a team sport, and that we're all stronger if we keep close to like-minded friends. Romania has a lot to learn from the experience of the Republic of Korea, all the more so as modern challenges, such as cyber threats or the rapid development of artificial intelligence, will affect every country on the planet. Your Excellency, how does the Republic of Korea, as a digitally advanced society, perceive the vulnerabilities to cyber threats targeting democratic institutions and processes?
Thank you. And first of all, I have to thank you for having me today. It's my great pleasure to talk with you on the present danger posed by digitalization and AI. Nowadays, everybody talking about the threats, very important, serious threat posed by AI. And I can summarize the threats in two ways. First, the threat to our very democracy. Second, the threat to the physical facilities in terms of the economic and social infrastructures, right? Let me turn into the threat posed by AI or the digitalization to our democratic systems. I think the spread of disinformation and the fake news and the incitement of violence, it is just undermining the core values of our deep belief in our democratic societies. It is wielding outsized importance to many, our core values. We can read many articles in newspaper, the things that talking about the outside interference into our democratic parliamentary or presidential elections. And even some fake news, it is just gaining wider the adherence to undermine the very sound operation of our democratic system. So that is one thing. And second is that the cyber attack that can actually translate into the real danger on the ground, sabotage of the infrastructures, power grid or electricity. I remember roughly 15 years ago, there was the very big hit US made sci-fi movie, Die Hard Part 4. Right, so because nowadays everything is interconnected, so one glitch of errors or sabotage can have wider impact on our whole transportation, electricity, all the things, right? So those things be under threat also on the ground. So those are two aspects when it comes to the threat posed by AI or digitalization on our lives. So my government has been putting a lot of efforts and the resources to deal with those two very important threats. And just I will talk to you later in more details. But the last year or so, we Korean government we hosted series of international summits with gathering a lot of the head of state in Seoul to talk about the AI and the threats and many things. So I will talk to you about the issue later.
Perfect. Speaking of these cyber vulnerabilities, I'm curious about specific threats your country is facing. How is the Republic of Korea addressing the growing threat of foreign-sponsored disinformation campaigns delivered through cyber means?
Yes, just when you look at the maps, international maps, actually, Korea and Romania has shared many things in terms of geographic locations. Romania is situated at the eastern flank of the free democratic world. South Korea is located in the northern tip of Northeast Asia of the democratic world. And we are facing more than any other countries, more threats from the other side. For example, just the recent statistics says that last year we suffered from 1.6 million cyber attacks, and roughly 80% of those cyber attacks came from perpetrated by North Korea. All right. So apart from the threats to our very democratic system and the real threat on the ground on our social economic foundations, plus we also have to deal with the the attacks and a malfunctioning, of our society coming from North Korea, right? So I think the same is true also to Romania also, right? So we are very keenly aware of those threats more than any other country because it is happening now, and it is directly related to our very existence, right? So that's why we spearheaded the international efforts and coordination to deal with such threats.
Mhm. And beyond government responses, education seems critical in building societal resilience against these threats.
Mhm.
What initiatives are needed to promote AI literacy and critical thinking skills among citizens to navigate the challenges of an AI-driven society?
Yes, I think that touches the very core heart of the issue, right? Again, because it is directly hurting and undermining our democratic systems, and then it is us, the individual, democratic, responsible citizens, to deal with such threats. So in the case, education is the most important thing, I think, right? So the raising awareness of the real threats. And the second, to prepare the people, our democratic citizens, to prepare well to deal with such threats. That should be the first starting point in every our efforts. Second, the role of the government is also very much important. The government, because the government is the only control tower in mobilizing all the agencies and the funding resources to deal with such the threats. So the role of government is also very much important, right? So first we have to, again, we have to prepare our citizens, our young students, very well to deal with such threats, to make sure that for them not to swayed by disinformation or some kind of incitement of some extreme ideas, right? So the role of the class, schools, and even parents at home is very much important. Anyway, humans, humans should be placed at the heart of every efforts. So recently, the Korean government, we allocated additional fund to include such classes on education of the AI things in from the elementary school and middle school also, right? And to teach, to enlighten actually the individual youngsters on the dangers, and to raise their awareness should be at the heart of our efforts.
And at the same time, digital literacy connects closely with cultural considerations. I'm interested in how the Republic of Korea balances innovation with tradition. How can we balance the rapid advancement of digital technologies with the preservation of cultural heritage and traditional values, ensuring societal resilience in the face of change?
Right. Yes. Two ways. I have 2 points in answering your questions. One is that yes, some people say that because the advancement of AI technology is speed is very fast, so the existing traditional values or existing system cannot follow up. Right. So many people are quite worried about, we may be left behind and we might end up losing our beliefs and, the things. So eventually AI will dominate, something like that, right? But I don't believe that. Apart from this AI revolution, we had before industrial revolution. And in the at the start of the 20th century, we had also the digital revolution. But still, we maintain the core roots of our identity, right? The history and the cultural, ethical identity we still keep. So the question is that how to make use of the best use of AI in keeping promoting our identity. It's also up to us, right? Anyway, humans should be the main actor to drive, to steer our way by taking full advantage of AI, right? So we are not, we are not doomed to lose all ourselves. But it's up to how we can utilize AI rather than being solitary.
And these cultural considerations also extend to how technology is changing, as you were saying, fundamental human interactions. As technology increasingly mediates our interactions, how do we preserve authentic human connection and prevent social isolation in a hyper-connected world?
Absolutely, yes. Just the 3 weeks ago, I still remember then when the COVID-19 pandemic raged on, every nation, they adopted the self-isolation, a lockdown, and they also, they had remote schooling, the online class. So those young students who just lost the face-to-face interactions or study at the class, some people feared that those students will be left behind in terms of the academic advancement, right? Yeah. But I think there's a special case. Always, I think there are ups and downs of any things. So with the spread of the digitalization, AI-driven technologies, so the people may be being more and more isolated. They may be afraid of meeting with the people, but they prefer to be isolated and just touch people based on just the social media or something like that, right? But at the same time, going back to the role, a very important role of the education, right? So the class and education, it also should promote. So still people-to-people contact, face-to-face meeting, still the backbone of any social activities, right? So just being isolated, just retreat to his or her own room and just typing this one, it will not help, right? So teaching our young students also the benefits of the AI, not be being taken hostage to it, but how to make the best use of the AI and how to best the use of the networking with the other people through AI, and eventually, to make my human connections more wide and translate it into the real benefits by engaging in people to people, the things. I think that is also very much important for the teachers and the parents to have input into our young peoples.
And beyond personal connections, there are broader societal transformations happening with AI automation. Looking beyond immediate economic effects, what are the potential long-term societal impacts of widespread AI automation? And how does the Republic of Korea prepare for these changes?
Yeah, so the once again, as I talked to you before, anyway, we humans should be the main key player, right? Anyway, we have to drive the car. But assisted by AI, when we let AI take over the driving seat, we will lose everything, right? So it's very much important for us not to forget that we are driving the car, right? So my government 2 years or 3 years ago, my government has adopted the national strategy for AI, and some also regulations to implement them, right? And the very gist of that, our national strategy is to put emphasis on the role of individual society, right? Anyway, AI is our secretary, not our master, right? So then how to implement them? First, as I said, as I emphasized many times, the important role of education. Second, government, public sector, private sectors are the collaborations with the university and the institutes also, right? To make the benefits of AI enjoyed by many people, not to be swept by it. Right. After we adopted the national strategy for AI, my government is now the implementing the specific steps. Right. So we have the 5 years plan, 10 years plan. Right. But anyway, again, we are sitting in driver's place.
And most of these technological changes aren't just affecting domestic policies, but are reshaping international relations as well.
Oh, absolutely.
How is AI transforming the practice of diplomacy, and what are the implications for international communication and also negotiation?
Yeah, just the one of the great transformative way the AI is bringing is that the digitalization or the AI thing, it does not respect the border. It transcends the geography, and it can send huge shock waves to other countries also. So in that sense, the international collaboration is very much important in tackling with transboundary issues, right? So in that sense, as I said before, last year in the 2024, my government has organized a series of international summits. Starting from the last year in the March, we hosted the summit for democracy. In May, we also organized and host the AI summit together with the United Kingdom. And then in the September, we hosted also the re-aim responsibility AI in military domain. So all the 3 important international summit, there the very important agenda was how to deal with the many side effects and threats from AI, and how to forge international cooperations in doing that, right? As it is a transboundary issues, so the single national government cannot do that all. So we need to make sure that we stick together with our partners and friends as well, Actually, the Korea is the first country in Asia to join the NATO's cyber security issues. We have joined the NATO's the Cyber Defense Center of Excellence. It was the first time for the Asian country to join that one. And 2 years ago, we also joined the Locked Shield operation organized by NATO, right? And we do also, the enhancing our cooperation with also Romania, our very core strategic partners also, right? I think we need set up, create new international norm to regulate, to make the best use of the AI, but it's still we have a long way to go there. But it's very important we sit together among our friends and partners, and we speak the same language on the issues, and we have to look into the same direction. So we are now at a stage, and I do believe that yes, maybe not long, but we can work out, some differences and come together to come up with some the international norms or regulations on that issue.
How do evolving cyber warfare capabilities reshape traditional understanding of what war and peace are, what hostile acts are, and what are the implications, again, for international stability?
Yes, just when we look back, what happened during the high time of Cold War era, 1960s, 70s. At that time, the overriding issue was how to deter superpowers from actually using nuclear weapons. So at the time, the USA and the Soviets, they agreed many things on maintaining strategic, stabilities also. And it is now turning over into AI thing, yes. And when seen at a scene in the battlefield in the war in Ukraine, AI-driven weapon system, unmanned aerial vehicle, UAV, is actually actually used in the battlefield. So it's already turned into some very dangerous weapon systems already, right? But sadly, we don't have any international legal norms to regulate such the use of new AI-powered the weapon system. So it's a very high time for the world, or at least those countries who share the same purpose, come together, sit down together, and to start working out, the very viable international agreements or something like that.
Following what you were saying, addressing these complex international challenges requires cross-border collaboration in research and monitoring. How can we facilitate cross-cultural research and analysis of online discourse to better understand the spread of disinformation and hate speech, and to develop effective countermeasures?
Yeah, so yes, it's also very important points. I think there are two ways. One, we have one task which is specifically handled by each individual government domestically. Second, there is another realm beyond each individual country. The international cooperation forum should be also assembled there, right? In terms of when it comes to the military aspect, or we haven't yet agreed on what constitutes the AI threats or risk. So we don't know yet. There are some divergent views which constitutes the negative impact of AI and how to regulate that way, right? Actually, I don't know the exact year, but in the UN, United Nations, there has been the special panel on dealing with the information or cybersecurity issues, but they still lacks some kind of agreement on that, right? So the best way is that each individual country, they do their part in a domestic area. Second, all the countries, in particular the UN member countries, 193 countries, get together and the churning out the new international regulations, but it's a long ways away. So the most important thing, immediate action should be among like-minded countries within European Union, within NATO, right? Then we can widen the reach to outside cover, right? Under this new international environment, when we have another rising competition, right? I don't think we can get it, all right? And at the same time, we can't sit either, right? So the immediate action, the more realistic action is for our partners and countries who share the same visions, the same issues, come together and starting working out the minimum agreements on that one. Then we can widen the reach of that agreement later time.
And this brings us to potential areas for direct collaboration between our countries. How can the Republic of Korea and Romania collaborate to promote the development and adoption of ethical AI standards and guidelines?
Yes, it was the last year in the April when then President Yuan is pay a visit to Korea. And after the summit, we adopted the joint statement on further strengthening our strategic partnership. And that joint statement, it includes 35 articles, and one article is on cybersecurity issues, right? So our two leaders, heads of state, they agreed to further consolidate the bilateral cooperation in cybersecurity area. And also in that joint statement, also your organization, EARC, was also mentioned there, right? So we have agreements already at the heads of state level. And in practically also, my embassy has been leading very excellent collaboration with EARC. Myself, already participated in many UR conferences and delivered my message also. And 2 years ago in May, when we did have the first edition of Korea-Romania Forum, one session was dedicated to the issue of cybersecurity, and that was mainly led by your EARC. And I think this year also in Seoul, we will have second edition of the Korea-Romania Forum. And I already talked to Seoul. So we have to dedicate one session specifically to your work also, right? So I think yes. We have the political, very strong will, of the agreements, and we to have accumulated the practice of the actual cooperation, right? So I think yes, our cooperation between not only my embassy and your ERC, but also between Korea and Romania, right? We will have we will just do to continue further strengthening our strategic partnership in cybersecurity issues as well.
Your Excellency, thank you so much for your very detailed and illuminating answers, and we hope to have many more opportunities to discuss such important topics in the future.
Thanks so much once again. It's my great pleasure, and thank you again for having me today.
Thank you so much.
Mulțumesc.
And you, dear viewers, please subscribe to our show so you never miss an episode. Until next time, remember to take care of yourselves and the world around you.